Is there anything that you wish you'd done a bit differently?
Believe in myself early. We had a training session one time, and at the end of it, he asked me, like, do you have anything to add? And I said, no, like, why would I have anything to add? He's like, you've been doing this for a long time. You have plenty to give. You have plenty to add. Believe in yourself early. I would have told that to myself from day one. You have plenty to give back. Thank you.
Nate from Nate Boxing. First of all, can I just say thank you very much for agreeing to doing this interview? I really appreciate it. I know you must be
No
busy.
problem. No problem.
Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, I'm a boxing coach, a strength and conditioning coach. I'm a full-time fireman, so that's what I do kind of when I'm not at the firehouse. I've been fighting for about 10 years and coaching for about 6. Yeah, I try to help out anybody that wants to learn the art as deeply as possible. I'm not really one of those boxer-size type of people who just try to have people running around hitting bags kind of nonsensically. I like the technique, I like the art, I like the strategy, so that's more my teaching method. My first gym was more of a boxer-size kind of gym, and when I started taking the classes and feeling that kind of environment, it became a lot of fun, kind of became addictive. And then I kept doing that for a couple months, started working with one of the trainers there one-on-one, and got a lot of value out of it. I kind of went into boxing without an idea of what I really wanted to get out of it. I just needed something like an outlet of some sort. And once I started working with the trainer one-on-one, I started seeing like, oh, there's a lot more to this. There's a lot more thought going into this. This is more of a chess match than I thought. That kind of really spoke to this part of myself that likes strategy, that likes having something to like think about, not just throwing things and not understanding why. As I kept doing it and kept growing and kept evolving, it turned into like something where like now I wanted to pursue it competitively. And learning that side of it, the competitive side, I saw how like I would hit a wall with my progress when it came to the actual techniques with the boxer sides. I wanted to learn more in depth. And then when I really started learning more in depth, it became more of like, oh, I started to see how these things started to fit together. And that became addictive. It kind of became mental exercise as well.
How do you convey that to your clients then? What do you get most out of in terms of teaching your clients? Is it so that they get that same level of awareness that you have? Or is it that they get fitter and they really enjoy it, or that they get stronger? What are the most motivating things that you'd like to see from your clients?
For me, again, I went into boxing with no idea what I really wanted to get out of it. Boxing, and I think combat sports in general, have a very intimidating presence to them. Where I think for the average person, unless there's something like a very welcoming kind of boxer size class, there's like a barrier to entry for the average person who doesn't necessarily want to compete, doesn't necessarily want to spar, they just want to learn. Since I didn't know what I wanted to get out of it, now I see people that come into the gym and they're kind of coming in going, I don't really know what I want to do. And I want to be that bridge to help kind of cross that barrier to entry and speak to them, not necessarily if you don't want to compete, that's okay. Let's learn the techniques anyways. Let's learn how to actually defend yourself. Let's learn how to actually apply these things. Let's learn how to actually use these things in a serious self-defense situation.
Hmm.
And using that for people, I see when the light bulb goes off in their eyes of like, oh, that makes sense why you do it this way versus that way. That what really motivates me. That helps me feel like I'm making a difference in their day.
How have you turned that into business? You must be busy guy, Nate, if you're also working full time as a firefighter. What do you have to do to make your business work for you efficiently?
The biggest thing was learning how not to spend most of my day marketing myself, booking my schedule, doing all the little nuances that are required to run a business. And that's kind of where YouCanBookMe came in. Having something that can automate it, that can take that part of the work away from me, that makes my life infinitely easier.
So how did you find You Can Book Me?
One of the other gyms that I work at is a mixed martial arts gym, and the owner there, he used YouCanBookMe. Seeing the layout was like, oh, that looks simple enough. Let's try that.
Just let's go back to your business then. So is it common amongst firefighters to be running other kind of side hustles? How do you handle having a full-time job and responsibility and at the same time running a business on the side? How do you do it?
When you have 3 days off, and I needed something to do. I'm a very high energy person. So a lot of guys end up having some kind of something on the side. Some people have their own businesses. And I kind of would put the idea in my head that I can do something more with it. And I've been doing it for so long that people who kind of I have that reputation around the fire department where they're just like, he's the boxer. So then people started asking me for training. And so I'll train them on their days off.
I've looked at your Instagram. It's great. You've got some really good sort of motivating pictures. Is Instagram where you're getting most of your clients? Where do you get all your clients from?
Now that I'm like putting more effort into building the business, I'm seeing how like I need to market it more and put more effort into getting myself and my visibility out there. A lot of it is also, word of mouth. A lot of people they work with me. They like the way that I communicate. They like the way that I present my ideas and I present the workouts.
I can tell you've obviously got a very sort of self-aware approach as a personal trainer when you're training people, that you're not just shouting at people to work harder, that there's actually something very deep inside somebody's motivation to want to do that level of exercise. And as I said, when I did Boxercise, is the only exercise I've ever done where I've reached and understand that kind of high you can get when you're in the zone. Like I've never got it from anything else that I've done. How are you managing to kind of convey that unique relationship with your clients through Instagram? Like that's the sort of thing that I would imagine would be quite interesting as a marketing thing for people to understand what kind of a trainer you are.
The big thing I think that like when the light bulb clicks for me with them, people will be like, you got to be yourself. Going into any kind of business, people kind of lack the feeling that who I am is enough. There's got to be something else. There's got to be some other presentation of self that you got to be willing to be yourself in front of everybody. So when I'm on Instagram, like everything that you see there, it's stuff that I do on the daily. The right people will find you. And I think that honing in on specifically to the people that approach boxing with the same mentality that I did, where I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to get out of it. I just wanted to be in shape. That makes me realize, okay, that's my people. Those are the people I need to talk to. Those are the people I need to communicate with. Those are the people that I need to reach out to. I can understand what their struggles are. And that makes it easier to be myself.
Your business advice would be authentic and find a way of being empathetic as well, finding a way of connecting. What keeps you up at night? What do you worry about?
There's always going to be another trainer that's better than you. There's always going to be another coach that's better than you. There's always going to be somebody that's better than you. Whether I'm being the best that I can be for my people. I have my own clients that don't box at all. They just want to lift weights. They just want to get in shape. Am I doing my best for them? Am I putting my best forward for those people?
And if you could grow your business from zero again, what would you do differently? I appreciate it's only been the last couple of years you've been getting into it, but is there anything that you wish you'd done a bit differently?
Believe in myself early. We had a training session one time, and at the end of it, he asked me, like, do you have anything to add? And I said, no, like, why would I have anything to add? He's like, you've been doing this for a long time. You have plenty to give. You have plenty to add. Believe in yourself early. I would have told that to myself from day one. You have plenty to give back.
Last couple of questions, Nate, and these are just quick fire, so you don't have time to think about it particularly. I know you said that you're not like a super tech person, so I'm just wondering about this. Would you rather throw out your phone or your laptop?
My phone, but that makes you want to throw it out sometimes.
Okay, right. Would you rather get a new customer, a new client, or double your sales to an existing client?
Double sales to an existing client.
Tell me about that.
My current clients, again, I consider them like younger brothers, sisters, cousins, families, uncles. I want to keep them around as much as possible. As much as I'm providing value in their life, that means more to me than having someone new.
Okay, so in terms of growing your business, would you rather go to a big kind of sports convention or boxing convention and kind of get visibility, speak at a conference or something, or get a new client?
I would like to speak.
You'd like to go for a little bit more visibility. And again, that's more confidence in your communication and your ability to talk about what you do.
Through this process, I've learned so much self-confidence and so much about how to relay my message that now I want to get it out to as many people as possible. Now that I'm connecting with more people through Instagram, through all my social medias, and even through word of mouth, makes you realize, like, I have a lot to give back, and now I want to talk as much as possible. I want to get to as many ears as possible.
I think I probably know the answer to this next question. Would you rather work with a team of expert or passionate learners?
Passionate learners.
Everybody says passionate learners. I feel sorry for experts. I think it's because we all think of ourselves still as being learning. This is the hardest question. Would you rather be known for product quality or customer service?
I guess my particular niche, product quality.
You want to see the people at the end of the day get fitter, get more confident doing whatever they're doing through the training with you.
And learning really in depth. I think that boxing has that very old school kind of, Rocky's training Mickey, like, let's go. It's not really like kind. It's not like something where I'm coming to you every single day and reaching out to you like, how you doing? What's going on? Are you coming to the gym? This and that. When you're in the gym, we're going to work. We're going to get a lot out of it. It might not be necessarily something where I have you dragging on the ground every single day. Some days it might be more strategic, making you think mentally, giving you the mental reps. But I like that people kind of walk away going like, man, Nate really knows what he's talking about. That guy's on some serious high level stuff.
Well, you convinced me, and it's been fantastic talking to you. Thank you very much. I know it's early in the morning for you. I appreciate your time. I can imagine you're just about to drive off into the gym, Nate, or I don't know what job you're doing today for the rest of the day, but I really appreciate it. You started talking to us.
Grateful. Appreciate you having me.
Okay, then. Cheers. Bye-bye.